Alright, you beautiful people, same old Steve here, and I'd like to tell you a quick story. But before we jump in, FYI, inside my head is not about me being cool, nor is it about the voice impressions. The joke is that this is real talk. This shit actually happened to me. So, this story is called the Scientifical Correlation between Ace Ventura and the Kama Sutra, and it is about video cassettes, family, living room trauma, one very bad remote control, and the exact reason you should never trust a tape labeled only Ace Ventura unless you personally interrogated the whole bastard first. So, Hungary, mid-90s, and to understand this story properly, you need to understand VHS tapes. VHS. Because young people today think a film is something you click on. Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube. Minima pa, arignarna quiva, velasse messure.
Grupa Nazruk, Letrak, Firmano Chordum, Human Skrug.
Correct. One touch and the tail awakes. Lovely. Isn't this love? Well, back in my day, the tail had to be physically threatened out of a plastic coffin. Bloody clicking? The fuck you mean, bro? We didn't have that. We had VHS. And for those who don't know, a VHS tape was basically Netflix if Netflix was a bastard black brick, weighed like a minor weapon, sounded like a dying robot. Also had the picture quality of a haunted fucking fish tank, and occasionally contained absolutely anything from the known universe.
Ah, yes, and I mean anything, my friend. The label was merely a suggestion.
Exactly. It could have been the first half of Rambo, Ace Ventura, somebody's uncle singing drunk on Easter, or apparently an academically narrated Kama Sutra documentary.
Kama Sutra. A sandwich, perhaps it is.
It was not a sandwich. Back then, Ace Ventura just became the big fucking deal. Jim Carrey was everywhere, everybody was doing the faces, everybody was saying, alrighty then. And somehow, my mate Victor had a copy. Well, in 1995 in Hungary, having a fresh American copy on cassette was not borrowing a movie. That was international espionage. Mission Impossible 17. The Balkan basement gun.
Well, one little thing, and everyone acts like you burned down the whole fucking cinema. See, one tiny crime, and suddenly it's crucifixion weather.
Brother, real talk. I crossed geographical regions. I traveled about 40 kilometers for this tape.
Oh yes, mate. And if you're Imperial, that's about 24.4548 miles, give or take a small step. Savvy?
Okay. Anyway, back to the story. Just before I left, Victor casually says, yeah, bro, Ace Ventura is on it, but it's the second movie because there's some Kama Sutra thing before it for my dad. You know what's that, right? And I'm like, yeah, Cool and the Gang, some Indian holy wisdom bollocks, whatever. Because honestly, I had no idea. In my teenage brain, Kama Sutra sounded like some spiritual yoga manuscript where people sit cross-legged and discuss inner peace.
Yes, innocent little wisdom book thief, watchers. No nasty surprises, love. Nothing at all, more.
So I take this sacred cassette to my girlfriend's house. Barbie, her mom Lizzie, her younger brother Adrian, and me on the sofa, peaceful family setting. The kind of room where nothing historically damaging should ever happen to anybody. Then Lizzie suddenly goes, oh, actually, me and Adrian need to pop out quickly for some shopping. And internally, young Steve goes, interesting development on the field of romantic opportunities.
Mama leaves the house, Carl. And suddenly the young man begins to confuse silence with permission.
Nah, nothing like that. Maybe I finally get to look cool for 7 consecutive seconds. That was the whole ambition, 7 seconds of coolness. But no, because life heard that though and immediately said,
I don't think so.
So obviously no more than 2 bloody minutes later, Mom and Adrian cancel the shopping project, come back. So now all 4 of us sit down together. Here's another beautiful detail. Lizzie wasn't just Barbie's mom. Years earlier, and this is real talk, she and my mom grown up in the same village. Bro, I swear, childhood BFFs. More than 20 years without seeing each other, then somehow the universe reunited them through Barbie and me.
A touching reunion, resurfacing through teenage courtship, almost poetic, also deeply irritating, but
Oh, thank you, Professor Obvious. But once again, real talk, and bro, the odds for this, like, come on. So I put the cassette in, and because Victor told me there was some Kama Sutra thing at the beginning, me being smart as shit, starting to fast forward straight away.
Right, so Victor says there's a bit before it and you just trust him. A bit ain't a unit of measurement, son. That's dangerous, that is.
Well, no shit. Now listen carefully, because fast forwarding a VHS was not like dragging a Netflix box. No preview, no 10 seconds fucking skip button. You pressed fast forward and then the machine went. Fucking annoying, innit? And then you had to fucking guess from the frequency of the sound where civilization resumed. That was the technology. Guesswork and prayer.
Oh yes, navigation without maps, mate. The finest way to die, isn't it?
Precisely, so I fast forward, experienced media technician, Billy Big Bollocks of the VHS remote. Then I press play. And brother, the very first thing we see on that television is a level of adult educational demonstration that nobody in that room was spiritually prepared for. Nobody. Not a suggestion, not a silhouette, not a cheeky little shadow behind the curtain. Nah, bro. This was a full scholarly presentation of ancient intimacy with the most serious narration you have ever heard in your fucking life.
And beneath the quiet blessing of the midnight sky, the lovers shall unite in perfect harmony, as though the universe itself briefly paused to observe.
Meanwhile, on screen things are happening, properly happening, and my brain refuses to process. Every neuron lights up like Las Vegas during a power surge.
Yo, this shit for real? Why is the TV teaching positions, bro? Seriously, I ordered the pet detective, bitch.
So what do? I freeze. For 1 second, I stop being a human being and become an embarrassed part of furniture. Then I hit stop. Too late, obviously. I look at Barbie, I look at Lizzie. Adrian is trying to look at the screen. Lizzie covers his eyes with that universal mom reflex that says,
"Oh no, Satan. Not today.
Barbie is somewhere between laughter, horror, and wishing the sofa would swallow us both. And me, I go white, then I go red, then I go white again. I'm basically flashing like a confused emergency barrier. Then I do the worst fucking thing a human being can do in a moment like this. I smile at Lizzie. Not a normal smile. The kind of smile you make when a mysterious stranger in a Victorian London suit, walking cane, top hat, shoes shinier than a motherfucker, has just handed you a postcard from the devil saying,
Dear Steve, I'll be with you in 3.5 minutes. Kind regards. The end.
That smile. That little social survival smile. So I grabbed the remote again. Fast forward. Still fucking annoying, innit? Now I'm sweating like a drunk fucking polar bear in the Sahara. I have one job. Find Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey, talking animals, funny faces. Safe zone.
I don't know where you are, but I have a very particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will press play safely.
Ambitious, considering I had already failed once. So I'm still fast forwarding. A minute, maybe two. The room is silent. Not peaceful silent. This is the silence where everybody collectively decides not to mention that reality has just fucking split open in front of them a minute ago. Then I press play again. Second attempt. And boom, same documentary. Different chapter. The giddy up one. The narrator has now moved on to another sacred arrangement of adult enthusiasm.
And now the woman shall guide the rhythm of passion, like a warrior crossing the great Mongolian plains beneath the rising dawn.
Well, the only problem was on screen people were still very much involved in practical fieldwork. This time I'm faster. I stop it immediately like a bomb disposal expert. But again, too late. Lizzie's face changes. The first time she was shocked. The second time she looks at me like,
Alright. Well, I'm not cinema scholar, darling, but unless the pet detective has changed departments, yeah? This ain't the fucking film, is it?
but she can also see me dying. That's the important part, because no criminal mastermind on earth would organize this and then look like a boiled lobster trying not to cry. Scarface doesn't walk into the room like,
Say hello to my little documentary. Oh no, wait, sorry. Wrong tape, my friend.
the fuck? So I go again, fast forward. Oh boy. And now I'm thinking, Victor, you bloody traitor, why did you not give me more specific information? Because there's some Kama Sutra thing before it. Does not qualify as specific information. Bro, that is like saying,
Well, later, mate. Or sunny. Or sideways. Hard to tell when the compass is wrong. Sorry?
and then a tornado removes your grandmother with the whole fucking house.
A spectacularly incomplete briefing, Potter.
I know. What Victor should have said was,
My brother, before Ace Ventura starts, there is serious adult documentary featuring ancient text, practical demonstration, intense narration, and potential family destruction. Please proceed with caution.
that would have been useful. Yeah, but no. So now I fast forward even more. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. The VHS is still going. But inside my head, I'm not just fast forwarding through the cassette anymore. I'm fast forwarding through regret, through childhood, through every decision that brought me to this sofa.
Trust your friend, you did. Great mistake that was. Alright, darling. So help me understand this, right? You never once asked what the bloody thing actually was, innit?
No, I did not. So then I finally think, surely not. Now let me tell you something about famous last words. Human history is full of them. Hey, throw me that ham. I don't think there are sharks here. I am 100% sure that these knitting needles will not fit in that wall socket. Alex, what could possibly go? And apparently, this should be Ace Ventura by now. So I press play, third attempt, and there it is again. Another sacred demonstration. Woof woof. This time, different arrangement, same catastrophe.
The ancient scholars described their sacred ritual centuries ago. The lovers shall continue their journey and become united, like twin dragons circling beneath the stars.
Bro, just let me say this. Those two dragons were doing some serious secondary activities too. But then, something beautiful happened. Lizzie looks at the screen, looks at me, shakes her head with a smile, like,
Dear Lord, surely this boy is cursed, baby.
and honestly, she wasn't too far off. I was gone. Because after 3 accidental entries into ancient adult education, you are no longer watching a film. You are surviving a ritual. And I'm just sitting there with the remote in my hand thinking, fuck. I only wanted Jim Carrey. I didn't come here to accidentally enroll in Victor's Dead's private University of Ancient Adult Wisdom. I came here because a man talks out of his backside and solves crimes with animals. That was the plan. Finally, after enough fast forwarding to physically age the cassette, Ace Ventura begins.
Good news, my brother. Comedian arrives. Bad news, psychological damage already completed. We are no longer emotionally available.
Yep, I was gone. I spent the whole film face palmed watching through my fingers. I didn't trust the tape, I didn't trust the remote, I definitely didn't trust Victor. Nothing was safe anymore. And years later, here is the part that still kills me. The tape had a sticker on it saying Ace Ventura. Nothing else. No little note saying, Dear viewer, the advertised comedy begins eventually. Before that, however, you will be participating in an unexpectedly advanced educational program. Please ensure all mothers, brothers, girlfriends, priests, neighbors, and innocent life forms have left the immediate area. And the moral of the story? Well, the way I see it, sometimes life doesn't need a huge disaster to humble you. Sometimes it only needs one sofa, one girlfriend, one mother, one younger brother, one useless fucking remote control. Oh, definitely one friend called Victor. And one VHS tape labeled Ace Ventura with absolutely no concern for human dignity. Because confidence is a dangerous thing. Young Steve thought, I can handle this. And life, as always, replied,
Incorrect you are. Again.
So stay safe, you beautiful people. Do not trust a black market VHS cassette just because somebody wrote Ace Ventura on the sticker. Do not forget to ask follow-up questions. Also, do not assume that some Kama Sutra thing means harmless spiritual yoga. And for the love of God, if your mate says there's a bit before it and that bit belongs to his father, check the fucking bit before pressing play in front of someone's mother. Alright, yo beautiful people, I've been the same old Steve and this was my time for today. Love you all. Ciao.